even though this situation in right now sucks, or I really should be doing this, or I would love to do this right now. This right now, this 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, this is a small blip of time. This time is irrelevant in the grand scheme of everything. But if you abuse this little bit of time can set you back tremendously.
Yeah.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to Deep MCs, the podcast that seeks to push meaningful conversation to a whole new level. Whether it's for your entertainment or your personal growth, we appreciate you being here today. And now, on to the show. What's going on, man?
What's good, bro?
Hey, another day, another dollar.
Yep.
My story before we start, because you know that's how we do everything now. we were supposed to have a guest on.
Yep.
Guest canceled.
Yep.
But got the guest because I took a opportunity to stop and just ask a random question. And because of that, I've decided now going forward, if I ever want to just say, hey, this, that, or the other, I'm just going to do it, right? So I applied this moving forward. Yesterday, I saw a mirror red Lamborghini, and I was like, hey, this looks like a good opportunity to go try to approach this person and just ask them, hey, what do you do?
Yeah.
What do you do, right? They were actually driving, turned into a Kroger parking lot. So I turned into the Kroger parking lot, and I was waiting for them to park. I don't know what was going on, but it looks like they were either parking lot pimping or trying to abduct somebody, because this person just made 4 laps in the Kroger parking lot, stopped behind an Escalade that had a lady in it, sat there for about 45 seconds, stopped in front of the Kroger that's parked there, sat there for about a minute, went up and down the wrong direction of the lanes, would just stop, and then just drove off.
It may have been a rental for the day, man.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. So I'm glad I didn't ask. Or maybe he saw me following him. He
saw
thought
somebody following him.
It was a drug. It was about to be a drug bust, and he got scared and took off. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to continue to pursue as I go through this whole journey. But I just thought it was awkward. It was awkward as fuck. It was weird to see someone act like that. I was at my distance too, so
yeah.
I don't know what.
So went right up on him, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what this guy was doing, or girl, or whoever it was. I don't know.
Anyway, so you never saw the person?
Never saw the person. Windows dark tinted.
Gotcha.
All the way around. It is what it is, I guess. What are we getting into today,
man? So I mean, this kind of flows right into what we're talking about today. We, as a matter of fact, I think it's fitting. We're going into a new year. With our 75th episode.
75, 8, whatever.
75th episode. And we're talking about how are we approaching the new year, right? We set resolutions, we do all this other kind of crap, right? But Have we even done our resolution from 10 years ago?
Have we done our resolution from last year?
From last year.
Have we done our resolution from
the year before? Right. We have these books of dreams, goals, and ideas, and what are we doing to achieve those, or are they just lofty ideas that just keep us moving through the day, right?
Right.
So that's what we're gonna talk about today, man.
No, that's a good. Well, really, I mean, we've done a resolution episode already.
Yep.
For last year.
Yep.
And the question is, did we accomplish the goals that we had set in last year? I'm gonna say no.
Right.
Which is, I don't know if that's good or bad. For me, I'm gonna say it's bad, because that means I didn't do shit all fucking year. I didn't do a damn thing. But yeah, that's a good question going into 2023. Here we are, 3 years into the 2020s.
Yeah.
And a lot of people have these lofty ideas, these lofty goals, these lofty dreams. I think that a lot has happened over the last few years, with the COVID situation, with a lot of people coming out of jobs, with the housing situation, with cars going through the roof, and there's been a lot suicide through the roof, and depression through the roof, and it's been a rough few years. And I think that a lot of people are getting to a point where they want to get their feet back underneath them. They want to get to a point where they feel like, hey, I'm feeling more a little bit like myself again, or maybe I'm just being selfish and speaking for myself in that nature. And how do you go about getting yourself aligned, getting yourself ready to take on those goals? Because they're not just challenging, they're difficult. Maintaining that energy is difficult. Maintaining that drive is difficult. And how do you go about setting yourself up so that you're going to be successful, right? We talked before about people that start out, they have these goals, they come in and they give up after a week, or they give up after a month. They're working out and they stop as soon as they get sore, which is 2 days in, or they want to go on a diet and excuse me, they don't want to eat anymore because they don't like that food, or they want to save money, but it's just so much more fun to go out and have that movie or do whatever, when they should be saving. How do we motivate one to go out there and say, hey, it's time to be a beast. It's time to go out there and get it. It's time to grind and really truly accomplish these goals.
I mean, man, I think at some point, I don't know that there is a motivating thing that we can bottle and sell, right? I think everybody has to come to that realization on their own at the end of the day, right? Because there's so many motivational talks. There's so many, influencers who talk, who have these great memes and, these short videos and blurbs and all of this kind of stuff to get us hype and get us excited about the year and get us ready to champion the day and all of those things that we say. But at the end of the day, if we don't lock into me changing my own thought process, because that's where it's going to start, right? Yeah. If I'm sore today, but I don't change the thought process of working through that soreness, then I'm not going to get up tomorrow and go to the gym, right? And then my workout for the year is short-lived, because now I bought the equipment, I bought the clothes, I did all of the stuff that I was supposed to do, I got the gym membership, and now I've wasted those resources, because now I'm not going to even use that investment. That investment is not going to pay off for me.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think we do that in a lot of places. We just came through kind of this holiday season, right? And we spend a lot of money generally on gifts and all of these kind of things, right?
Shit.
On Jordans and clothes and stuff and this and that. And we go into almost debt at the end of the year.
Not almost.
We've done well, right? We've managed our money and we go into debt. We work the hardest at the end of the year to make sure that we have these gifts and all of these kind of things. But none of them, if we'd have taken that same $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and invested it into the goals that we had set for the year, if we set those in place for January, that same $5,000 we spent on gifts or whatever it was, take that same money and put it into whatever you said your dream or goal was for the next year, you would already be at a different place.
Oh, yeah.
But we have to make that sacrifice. You have to make up in your mind that you're willing to make that sacrifice.
Well, I'm going to tell you why nobody makes that sacrifice. It's simple. It's simple for everybody that's watching, for you, for everybody that's listening. The reasons why they don't want to make that sacrifice is because it's boring. It's boring. Mm-hmm. It's boring to sit at home and stare at the ceiling instead of going out to the movies. It's boring to go out there and get paid to do some extra work instead of hanging out with your friends at the bar. It's boring to come home and eat your white rice and ground beef instead of going to Hibachi Grill and catching shrimp tails and shit. It's boring.
Yeah.
It's boring, and no one wants to do that. People want to go out there and they want to feel something. They want to feel alive. They want this, they want that. But then they go home and then they're empty because their life is on the internet or what they see, or it's through things. And it's the sad part is those things don't make a real legitimate difference. Mm-hmm. I think now, I think about when I go to eat a meal, one of my goals is I want to start cooking more at home because I eat out a lot. And I can be starving and I could want, I don't know, whatever is on my mind at that time. And instead I got to go downstairs and open a can of beans and mix up the white rice. And it's doesn't smell good because I remember what such and such smells like. It does whatever. But at the end of the day, I eat it. It tastes fine. And in about 10, 15 minutes, I'm full. And I'm not hungry anymore. And I'm not even thinking about the thing that was. And you know what the difference is?
You had to go get.
The difference is I saved myself $60.
And some time.
And time.
Yeah.
And I could put that towards whatever else my next goal is.
But that's a conscious decision that you're having to make. Again, we have to go back to that point where, you know, if we say we're going to champion these things and we're going to do these things, the first step is generally, they say it's the hardest step. I think the first step is the easiest step, right? Pulling the clothes together, getting the ideas together, making that first step today. But in 3 months, when you're tired of beans, and I'm like, you know what, dog, I'm done with the beans. Yeah, I'm done with the beans. And then we switch it up, right? And so it's just a matter of making sure that we stick to the game plan that we said we were going to do. If it's important enough, you'll do it. If it's not, then you won't. Right? You'll find another excuse for it.
Here's the thing, and I'm going to call you out.
Call me out. I'm here.
And I'm going to call myself out with you.
Okay.
And we talk about the steps. We say the first step is the easiest. I think the first step is the easiest for you.
Okay.
And I think the first step is the easiest for me. Because we are creative minds.
I'll give you that.
Coming up with the ideas. Very creative, right? We struggle in the longevity. How many times have you, when I was doing the truck idea and everything else, man, at what point are you just gonna do it? Well, well, no, because that's step 3, step 4.
Right.
You know, I'm still in step 1 I could do step 1, step 2 very well, right?
Yeah.
How many ideas do you have that you've already done the work, but you stop after step?
Man, you have opened the book of my life.
Hey, it's both of our lives.
And we're sharing it right with the people because you are exactly on it. And that's where, I'm lost for words at the end of the day, because when all is said and done, yes, I can start and run out the gate quick. I'm quick out the gate, right? But after the 100-yard dash, I'm not a long-term runner, right? I'm a sprinter.
Yeah.
I'm a sprinter, and it has to be the 100.
That's it.
You know, because
110, 115, everything break down.
Yeah. It starts shutting down. And so again, that long-term commitment is, of course, we don't, like we said, we don't have a cookie cutter kind of idea. Right. You nailed it on the head, man. We are the creative type. We can start out quick, starting getting the idea in the problem. But then 2 years down the line, where's the idea?
What happens?
What happens to it?
Yeah. And I guess for me, that's us, because we got people watching, right? Yeah. We have people listening. First of all, thank y'all for watching and listening. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because we need it. But that being said, for us, as we're unpacking this, I guess my question is, and not just for the listeners, this is for myself or for you, as we go through this together as brothers, as family, as everything else. How do we, knowing that we are both easy at steps 1 and 2, how do we motivate each other to get 3, 4, 5, and 6 and make sure that we're hitting 3, 4, 5, and 6? Because we know we suck at 3, 4, 5, and 6. We know we're not going to do 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it's easier to tell the other person do 3, 4, 5, and 6, because then we don't have to do 3, 4, 5, and 6. How do we maintain the point of motivating each other to accomplish 3, 4, 5, and 6? Yeah.
There's one thing that again I keep coming back to, right? And it's this, right? Is this thing right here, because now we're we're a year and a half in, almost 2.
Getting there, yeah.
We're getting there. Right? And this was more than a quick out the gate moment. Yeah, we were quick out the gate. Yeah, we had the idea. Yeah, we came up with everything. We put it together. And if we look at day 1 to now, episode 70, we're in the mid 70s, right?
Right.
This is one of the things that hopefully we can let's unpack this, and maybe the answers are in it.
Right.
Because here we are, a year and a half in, where there's been some other ideas clearly that we have that haven't gone anywhere, right?
Right.
We put all of the work into it. We did all of this kind of stuff. I'm thinking to myself right now, some designs I just showed you, right? I put all of the work in and I had them designed. I have 3 different options.
Yep.
And those things are still sitting over here.
Right where they're at.
Right where they're at, right?
Yep.
But I look at this and this is not that. And maybe it's because of the accountability.
I think there is accountability. I think for me, there's to a certain extent accountability. To a certain extent there's fear. Fear that I might not be able to do it anymore. Fear that I might not be able to accomplish. I might not be able to sustain. There's a lot of fear in that. And at the same time, that's kind of why for me, a lot of the reasons why for me, like I need to prove something to myself. I need to get myself reignited. Like you said, you have to make that decision. There's a lot of things that like I said before, we have a conversation. I'm gonna drag myself through hell because I have to rebuild. I have to come back. I have to say, okay, I'm switching off this lackadaisical approach, and I'm gonna go get it, because I know that for me, that's only going to make me better, which in turn I hope makes you better, which in turn I hope makes us better, and it just becomes this ball that rolls forward.
Right.
And I can't worry about, well, what if it doesn't work? What if it doesn't work? And I think that's where a lot of people, they stop and then they switch off and they shut down, is because they get to that, what if it doesn't work? And all the fears that lie in that, what if it doesn't work, paralyzes them, rather than saying, what if it doesn't work? All right, well, if it doesn't work.
Yeah, right.
But you tried it.
Yep.
You tried it.
Yep.
You didn't just stay in one spot and be like, hey, well, I had all these great ideas. I thought of that back in. Okay, well, you didn't do anything with it.
So the thing, because going back to what you kind of opened up, right? We don't have that hang up. I don't think we have that what if it doesn't work hang up. I think we're willing to try it, right? We're falling short in the follow through of it all. So where is it that we're missing that point, right? Because some people do have that fear.
Right.
Where is it that we're tripping?
I mean, I feel like if we had that answer, we would.
I think we gotta figure it out. We gotta figure it out, because if we keep hitting that, right, and then we'll say, so there's a whole lot of stuff at the bottom of the mountain. Like we've come through the valley, we've pushed up from the bottom. We get to the base of the mountain, where then we have to change trajectories and do something different. But we've okay. Now, there's a lot of stuff that's laying here at the base of the mountain, right? That we haven't pushed to the peak. And so it's how do we go from here? Yeah, we've done some work. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, it feels good. Yeah, we have some accomplishments. We can hang our hat on something. I'm looking at, this is crazy. I'm looking at my book, right? I'm looking at, from the base of the mountain, never have written it, never had done anything. The accolades and the kudos and all of those kind of things pushed it to the base of the mountain.
Yeah.
But now what? Right?
Right.
There's still so much life left in it, but it's sitting at the base of the mountain, suffocating. Yeah. Because it hadn't been elevated to where it needs to really needs to be. And so, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure it out. Actually, while we're on camera.
Trying to process it all. Trying to figure where it goes. And that's the hard part. I mean, for me, and I know I've said it before, really it's eliminating the bullshit and focusing on the core, whatever those core things are, because it's easy as a creative person, it's easy to get swamped down
in creating
and 1,000 ideas and everything else. And then you lose sight of the good ones, because at the end of the day, everything you create isn't good.
No, it's not.
It's not, right? But you put so much time and effort into it that, you know, there's a personal attachment because it's a creation, but it's not good. And it's being able to tell yourself. And for me, it's like, okay, well, hey, that's not good.
Scrap that.
Like, it could maybe possibly be cool, and you can creatively, you can see and create a scenario in which this is a great idea or this works well. Excuse me, but it's not a good idea, or it's not a good idea right now.
Gotcha.
Right. And focusing on, like I said, the truck thing it's a good idea. I think there's still something there, but had that happened at that time, it wouldn't have worked, because we had COVID right around the corner. It just wasn't. It wouldn't have worked. Right. So, that being said, for me, it's getting down to what are the 3-4 things for me that I can do, that I can put my effort in. And while I'm driving these, because I know that they're like, this show is good for me. This show is one of those things. I'm going to continue to drive it the best that I can, you know, not saying it's going to be perfect, right? We've had past guests on that have talked about their YouTube life, and it took 5 years,
6 years.
No one wants to invest that time. No one wants to invest that time, you know, but if they invest that time and they put out a quality product, there's a reward.
I mean, the thing is, man, is that they locked into one thing and just kind of pushed it, right?
Yeah.
Where I think if we meet a little resistance in the one thing, then we are creative enough. Let me pull this other idea.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to try that one too.
Shift a little bit.
You know, and so if you move just this much, by that time you're way over there, right? When you get up there, you're farther off than you expected to be.
Well, that's it. Look, here's the thing. In the very early stages of the show, you would say something that is very counterintuitive to what you just said right now. And I don't know the exact quotations of the word, but a water cuts through what?
A rock.
Exactly. But what do?
Yeah. It has to take time, right?
It has to take
It keeps
time.
beating on that same rock, but eventually it'll carve through it.
It'll carve through.
Yeah.
And that's keeping that front of mind, keeping that thought process front of mind, knowing that, yes, even though this situation in right now sucks, or I really should be doing this, or I would love to do this right now. This right now, this 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 1 year, this is a small blip of time. This time is irrelevant in the grand scheme of everything. But if you abuse this little bit of time can set you back tremendously.
Yeah.
And to get people to understand what I'm trying to say, because a lot of people they can't track the way my mind goes, because I'm fucked up and I'm all over the place. You know, I always base it down upon work and going out to eat, right? Work and going out to eat. You work, I don't know, what is the average hourly wage right now? I don't know.
I don't even know.
Let's say, I don't know, it's $20. I feel like that's really high.
That's high.
I feel like it's high as shit.
Let's say 12.
Okay. Let's say $12 an hour. No, let's be generous. Let's say 15. Let's say 15.
Okay, 15.
Let's say 15.
All right.
Right? You go to work, $15 an hour. You hate your fucking job. Can't stand your fucking job. But you know what? You have to work to pay the bills because you're in the system. You have debt. You have this. You have that. You work a whole entire, I don't know, 8-hour shift now is regular. I mean, most people are working 10, right?
Yeah, right. And if you're working from home, you're probably doing more than that.
Probably doing more than that, right? A whole day of slaving, backbreaking, whatever it may be, $15 an hour, you bring home, what is that, $120? $120. A whole day's work. You go out on Friday night and blow your entire day in less than 3 hours.
Right.
Was your whole entire day of being aggravated at your job, whether it's heavy lifting or irritating people, customer service, was that whole day of you busting your ass worth 5 drinks on Friday?
Yeah, right. Some appetizers.
If that.
Yeah.
And you hadn't even tipped yet.
Yeah.
So now you're going into debt.
Right.
Right. It's not worth it.
You just blew a whole day.
A whole day's worth of work.
And it's not even, like you said, it's not even just the work. It's what you had to go through mentally to accomplish.
Get up early. Yeah. You drove an hour to the job. You got stuck in traffic. You also spent money because you had to buy yourself lunch that day. Yep. Everything else, you're already in debt for that day.
Yeah.
And some people spend more than that.
Right. Yeah, most definitely. Right.
Is it worth it? Is it really truly worth it? And if people sit down and they think about it, really truly think about it, I think that a lot of people will start to adjust the way that they think, and you look at
with that though, some people feel like that's what's necessary in order for them just to balance it, because my work day was so crazy, so hectic, so ridiculous that I just need this moment.
Yes. But that's the problem. I feel like that right there is the problem. People are trying to justify being broke, or justify not chasing a dream, or justify whatever it is. And people make an excuse and say, I need this. Whenever I go to work, every job I've ever been at, people are always saying, God, I need a drink. I can't wait till the weekend, or I get home, or get whatever. All of that time takes away from chasing the dream. All of that time takes away from achieving the goal. You want to justify why your hard week allows you to put yourself in debt on the weekend, rather than take that same amount of time, apply that time to getting out of your shitty situation. Why pacify it? Why pacify?
Because at the end of the
situation?
day, that $120 you just spent on Friday, right, was the $120 resource you needed to fuel your dream over here, right? Because had you taken that 120 and put it up, then this changes. You're beginning to now try to change the trajectory of this Monday through Friday routine that you've fallen into, because now you pulled the plug out of the, you know what I'm saying? Now you pulled the plug out of it, and now you're doing something different with this resource, because in order for you to get to that goal and release that fear, it's good for you to have a resource that you can kind of fall back on, that you can kind of just, if you want to do the traveling and you want to do those other kind of things, and this is part of your life dreams and goals, then you got to put something away to be able to do that.
No, exactly. And that's what they need to start doing. Yeah. Do you need every Friday?
Yeah, right.
Right?
Does that have to be built in every Friday? Yeah.
Right. Why can you not divert some of that? Why can you not change how your week goes? We've done episodes in the past where we count down the hours in a day. Yeah. We count down the time that you truly have versus what you think you have. And there's still time every single day where you can make those changes, and you can make a real genuine difference in your trajectory in life. And it doesn't have to be, this is just what it is. And I'm gonna find a way just to relieve a little bit of that pressure at the end of the week. That pressure is where it's at. That pressure is a driving force. Like that, I feel like we're ignoring that. Like you're ignoring and you're trying to dull the feeling or the sense of that pressure, when really you need to be.
Pressure's necessary.
Yeah, you need to be living in that.
Got it.
That's what's gonna drive you to go to that next level. That's what's gonna drive you to make the changes that are necessary to achieve what you want to achieve. But instead, people are just saying, oh, well, it is what it is. I'm just going to deal with it and then work myself up again the next week.
So let's check this too, right? So you might not be the person that blows 120 on Friday, but you may be the person that has a Netflix subscription, that has a Disney Plus subscription, that has ESPN Live, has all of these other kind of things, right? Yeah. And you've spent, you got rid of cable, but now you're spending more than you would have with cable. Then you have your Amazon Plus, and then you have all these other kind of things that now you've subscribed to. right? You have the gym membership that you hadn't used in 6 months. You have all of these things that are stacked up. Take an inventory of all of your subscriptions. Let's talk about that, right? Let's talk about a physical thing you can do. Look at your subscriptions and decide, okay, I had Netflix and chilled in 3 months because I just been too tired to watch it anyway, right? Get that money back. Take that back, right? And put that resource somewhere else. You're paying it automatically. It's coming out automatically. Every month. Every month. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have resources. It's just we've gotten so comfortable in this plug and play kind of mentality that we just let life continue as it is. And if we don't choose to awaken and change it, then we're not going to have the resources necessary. We're not going to accomplish the dreams. We're going to continue to make these same resolution shows again next year, and we'll be in the same place, right?
Yeah. You hit the nail. First of all, I feel like you're calling me out because I got all the streaming services.
I have them too. I was just kind of thinking, man, like
calling me out because I got all the streaming services.
And I wanted another one.
I don't pay for.
I got you.
What else can you get? What else is there to get?
Well, I like Discovery Plus. I don't have Discovery Plus.
Okay.
So that's my animal shows. That's my my cooking shows. It's really the one that I probably would watch the most. But the rest of them, we have.
Yeah. I mean, that's the truth, man.
And I don't watch a ton of TV anyway.
Nope.
At the end of the day.
But you have.
But I have.
I got
just in case.
I got them all too. And for me, I'm in the process of cutting down all those things because you can find a lot. You can find a lot of money if you really want to.
If you want to.
If you really want to, and it's just one of those things, we talked about in the past, making it work with nothing.
Yeah.
And now we have something and we're still struggling to make it work. It doesn't make sense.
Right.
It doesn't make sense. Right. Where does it go?
And we put these things on autopilot, right? We look up in the month, our month of work is crazy. We're worn out. And the money that we work for or the resource that we work for is also gone. Yeah. And now I'm doing these side gigs, right? Side jobs.
Hustle.
And now I'm doing this thing and I'm doing that thing and I'm driving here and I'm delivering that and I'm doing this and this, and so now we look for these other things, but the resources are right there.
Yeah.
We just need to decide that, hey, I'm going to pull this back because I'm not even using that anyway. Right. And what I've been contributing over here is not producing anything. I'm going to pull that back. And you'll find out maybe you have the extra, you were Ubering over here, making an extra $100 a month or whatever it was. That extra $100 might already sit in your house.
Yeah. No, that's the truth.
With less effort.
Less effort. With almost no effort.
No effort.
And you just have to make the decision to really sit down and look at that. But that's a hard thing, right? And I think that's part of it for a lot of people too, is it's very hard once you've dug yourself a hole or once you feel like you're cornered to be like, all right, well, I'm fucked up. I need to make a change.
Yeah.
Or they don't know how to make a change, or they don't know how to make a difference. And they wonder, well, how do you go about, putting yourself back on the right track when you've slipped so far, And I think about it's easy to tell, to talk, but it's hard to do. Right. It's very hard to do.
Let's stop making it a caveat, man. Let's stop making it hard to do. Right? I think we talk ourselves. I believe there's a lot of strength in what we say. Right? I don't know if it, and I've read some books and I've actually even done some some examples. Like if you say a negative thing, your body responds to that negative thing. If you say I'm not gonna have a good day, almost your eyes go down and your body slumps. Right? Yeah, it just happens intuitively because it's all connected. Right. Sure. And if we continue to say that I'm going to always have this or I'm going to always feel that way, then yes, you will, because your body will always respond to those things. And so saying something positive about the situation, I think maybe a starter to get you off the line. It's going to be a great day. Right. It's going to be a great day. I have a t-shirt. I picked it up from Target, right? It's a good day to have a good day.
Not these though.
Not these.
But maybe if somebody wants these, we can
send these out to you. Yeah.
Yes, where we can get these done. This is not Tarjay. But
I'm actually fired up, Shepard. I've been toiling with 4 pounds for the last 2 months.
Okay.
At the beginning of November, I said I was gonna be there by my birthday, which was early November 6th, right?
Yeah.
And then the holidays hit, and I got all these, and I've been the same freaking 4 pounds. I had a beginning goal. These 4 pounds, I won't post about it. I'm not gonna say anything about it until I get these 4 pounds out.
You gonna get them.
Because that makes me 40 pounds down.
See? Yeah.
But I'm refusing to post about it because I'm not going to.
You gonna let them 4 pounds whoop your ass?
Them 4 pounds gonna get me. They're gonna be off before the end of the year. I promise you. This is recorded, so just know that before the end of the year,
gone. And
I will report it back about these 4 pounds.
See, that's what I want to hear. Want to hear people fired up.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm talking about Netflix and chilling, and I got 4 pounds I gotta get rid of, and they just need to go. Whatever I need to do, they need to go.
They need to go. There you have it.
Because I need to go into the next year with some momentum, having accomplished a goal. I think we rev up the wheel for January. What if you take some momentum out of this current year, right? Take some momentum of where you are and push through January so that you're not starting in January, right? You're not starting from a cold motor, one that's already warmed up.
Ready to take on.
Ready to take it on.
Cut through the year.
Yeah.
Cut through the year.
Yeah.
I like it, man. Let's leave it right there.
Okay, cool.
We got 4 pounds. What's going on, guys? Hopefully you enjoyed the show. We appreciate you listening for sure. But we need your help.
Yeah, we need your help. We need you to like, comment, and subscribe so that we can continue to make great content for you guys.
Yeah. Don't forget, like, comment, subscribe.